Today we will start with the Fourier analysis. Today we will start with Fourier analysis. So there are two types of Fourier analysis. The first one is time domain approach, in which we can analyze a periodic function. If function satisfies this property, x of t plus nt is equivalent to x of t, then we can write Fourier series for this function. Fourier series. So what is Fourier series? Representation of periodic wave in terms of harmonically related components. What do we understand by harmonics? The harmonics are known as integer multiple of fundamental frequency. जो भी फंडामेंटल फ्रीक्वेंसी होगा उसके इंटीजर मल्टीपल के फॉर्म में हम फूरियर सीरीज को रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं. तो यू कैन रिप्रेजेंट एनी पीरियोडिक फंक्शन. If function satisfies this property, you can write, Fourier series means we can represent the periodic function in terms of sine, cosine, dc or e to the power iota. We can represent like this. So this is Fourier series. And one more analysis, Fourier analysis, is for generalized information. It gives you information about Fourier transform. It transforms your signal into some other domain. Fourier transform. And what it says, it transform your signal, it change the index of signal. If your signal is given in time, if time related information is given, suppose time constant is given, then Fourier transform will talk about the bandwidth of the signal. 3 dB bandwidth के बारे में बात करेगा. And all Fourier domain variables are represented by capital of F. You can represent this as a frequency in hertz or frequency in radian per second. So these are two variants. Frequency in hertz is also fine. So one is transformed domain, but the first one is time domain. This is time domain representation. and second one is known as frequency domain representation. So first one is time domain representation and second one is frequency domain representation. So let's talk about this Fourier series and Fourier transform. First we will go with Fourier transform, then we will start Fourier series. First is, what is requirement for the Fourier transform? The requirement of the Fourier transform is the function must have convergent nature, है ना. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप, है ना, किसी भी फंक्शन का Fourier transform निकाल सकते हैं. There are some conditions. Condition for the condition for existence of Fourier transform, and what it says that minus infinite to infinite xt dt must be finite. Means all the curve have convergent nature. जिनका भी नेचर कन्वर्जेंट होगा उनके लिए हम कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं फूरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म. जैसे कोई फंक्शन हुआ ऐसा, suppose this is the function e to the power minus 2t into ut. You can say the area under the curve of this function is 0 to infinity e to the power minus 2t into dt, which is equivalent to 1 by 2. And what I can say, 1 by 2 is finite area. This 1 by 2 is finite area. So you can calculate it's a Fourier transform. It's fine to get Fourier transform of this number. But suppose a function is given like this. Suppose a function is 10 of omega naught t. 10 omega naught t. When omega t is equivalent to pi by 2, its value is infinity. और फंक्शन किसी भी पॉइंट पे अगर इंफिनिटी होता है तो its area is infinity. So we cannot find Fourier transform. We cannot have Fourier transform for sine of omega naught t, cos of omega naught, sine of omega naught t, not possible. The second one is cot of omega t. When omega t equal to 0, it's infinite, not possible. Same for sec of omega t, it's not possible. Cosec of omega t, this is as omega t equal to 90 degree, will makes it infinite, not possible. Suppose we are having omega t equal to 0 degree, magnitude is infinite, so area under the curve is infinite, Fourier transform is not possible. And Fourier transform is not possible for this signal either. You can say, what is the Fourier transform of this function e to the power 2t into ut? We know that at t equal to infinity, this function will be infinity. That's why Fourier transform is also not possible for this. So what is requirement of Fourier transform? The requirement of Fourier transform is it have to have a finite area under the curve. So this is the requirement of Fourier series and Fourier transform. And if you want to write the requirement of Fourier series, then you can say it's the area from minus t by 2, because Fourier series we write for the periodic function. So minus t by 2 to t by 2 ft dt, this must be finite. This is the condition for existence of Fourier series. So these are Fourier series and Fourier transforms. This are very important conditions. One, you can check. This is the requirement. Now let's move to the next condition for existence of Fourier transform. And what this condition says, it should have finite number of minima and maxima. Finite number of xt should have finite number of maxima and minima. You cannot find Fourier series for any function which you cannot define. Suppose this is the Fourier transform. Random किसी इसके लिए not possible. It should have finite number of minima and maxima, क्योंकि ये तो पूरे infinite to infinite number maxima minima को कैसे handle करेगा. Means you can find for particular interval. There is no issue in finding particular integral interval, but as a function you will not get answer. Third, xt should have finite number of discontinuity. Fourier transform can handle discontinuity. xt can have finite number of xt should have finite number of discontinuity. xt के पास कितनी discontinuity होना चाहिए? It have to have finite number of discontinuity. Discontinuity नहीं भी होगी तो चलेगा. What do we understand by discontinuity? When the left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit, है ना? How you define discontinuity? Suppose I have this function. Suppose I have this function, and this value is, let's say, 1, and what I can say, if I check its left hand limit, is not equal to right hand limit. या मैं ऐसा बोलूं, the value of function at x0, let's say this point is t equal to 0, this point is t equal to 0, then what I can say, x of 0 plus का value कितना है? x of 0 plus is equivalent to 1, है ना? x of 0 plus must just beyond the 0. And what is value of x of 0 minus? X of 0 minus is equivalent to 0. So what I can say, this function is discontinuous at this point. Or you can say it's a discontinuous at t equal to 1 also. It's a discontinuous at t equal to 1 also. This function is discontinuous at t equal to 0, and this function is also discontinuous at t equal to 1. है ना? This is the point of discontinuity. तो क्या बोल रहे हैं कि yes, it can handle the discontinuity, but it should have the finite number of discontinuities. है ना? Finite number of So this is the requirement for the Fourier series. How you define the Fourier series? We can say f of omega Fourier transform. F of omega can be written as, or I should say this is x of omega can be written as minus infinite to infinite x of t into e to the power minus iota omega t into dt. This is Fourier transform of x of t. This is Fourier transform of x of t. So what I can say, the Fourier transform of x of t is equivalent to x of omega. This is the idea. And we can have one more relationship, which is inverse Fourier transform. Inverse Fourier and how you define inverse Fourier transform? We can say getting back your x of t from x of omega is known as inverse Fourier transform. So it is, we can derive this to formula, but okay, it's not necessary for competitive exam. But yes, we can derive this formula using eigenvalues. So this is omega equal to minus infinity to omega equal to infinity x of omega into e to the power iota omega t into d of omega. And this is inverse Fourier transform. So you can say inverse Fourier Fourier transform of x of omega is equivalent to x of t. Inverse Fourier transform of x of omega is known as x of t. And one more thing, you can define this function in f domain also. You can, what you can say, that omega can be written as 2 into pi into f. So you can write d omega as 2 pi into df. So we can write the inverse Fourier transform as a function of f also. X of t is 1 over 2 pi f equal to minus infinity to f equal to infinity x of f. अब कोई फंक्शन है ना, x of ओमेगा का हो या f का हो, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. सपोज मैंने लिखा 1 प्लस j ओमेगा और 1 प्लस j प्लस 2 पाई f कर दिया, तो क्या दोनों में कोई चेंज है क्या? है ना, वेरिएबल f भी है, ओमेगा भी है. सो e टू द पावर j ओमेगा t. अब ओमेगा को आप 2 पाई f भी लिख दोगे, नहीं भी लिख दोगे, दोनों से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. इनटू इसको कितना लिख दें, 2 पाई इनटू df. If this is so, 2 pi and 2 pi cancels. So what is idea for the inverse Fourier transform? the idea for inverse Fourier transform, and you can check limit also. When omega approaching to infinity, f is also approaching to infinity. When omega approaching to minus infinity, f is also approaching to minus infinity. So you can say the xt is equivalent to summation minus infinity to infinity x of f into e to the power j 2 pi ft into df. And this is the idea for inverse Fourier transform. So you can solve in any domain, whether it's in omega domain is fine or in time domain, in f domain is fine, omega is fine, कोई सा भी आप variable ले सकते हो. Now let's start with some basic Fourier transform and its spectrum. The first function I am taking is e to the power minus of 80 u of t for a greater than 0. You cannot find the Fourier transform if a is less than 0. And why this is so? Because if I draw this function in time domain, let's say this is my x of t. Then what I can say, the first requirement to calculate the Fourier transform is it's a value from minus infinite to infinite. If let's say I am selecting a less than 0, let's select a less than 0, any number, let's say a equal to minus 2, less than 0 minus 2 hai. So you can calculate 0 to infinity, it's a e to the power 2t into dt. And what I can say, this is 1 by 2 e to the power infinity minus e to the power 0, which is equivalent to infinity. So for a less than 0, Fourier transform is not possible. Fourier transform is not possible. But yes, if a is greater than 0, you can say for a greater than 0, you can select any number. Let's say a equal to 2. So you can say it's 0 to infinity e to the power minus 2t into dt. And what its area is minus 1 by 2 into e to the power minus infinity minus e to the power 0, which is equivalent to 1 by 2. So area under the curve is finite. That's why Fourier transform is also finite for this function. है ना? इसके लिए Fourier transform का कोई issue नहीं है. So how to draw the Fourier transform for the given function? So it is only possible for a is greater than 0. करते हैं आगे. So x of t is minus infinity, x of t is e to the power minus 80 into u of t. And for a greater than 0, the Fourier transform is possible for this function only. Now what I can say, x of omega for the given function can be written as 0 to infinity because of ut e to the power minus of 80 into e to the power minus of iota omega t into dt. Now what I can say, x of omega can be written as t varies from 0 to infinity, it's e to the power minus t, what is remaining, a plus iota omega into dt. So you can say x of omega equal to minus 1 divided by a plus iota omega into e to the power minus infinity minus e to the power 0. And we know that e to the power minus infinity is what? 0. So you can say x of omega is given by 1 divided by a plus iota omega. 1 divided by a plus iota omega is the thing. And if this is so, what I can say, I can draw its spectrum also. I can draw the magnitude of x of omega, which is given by 1 divided by under root of a square plus omega square. A plus iota b is equivalent to under root of a plus real part plus imaginary part. And what is angle of x of omega? You can say the angle of x of omega is given by minus tan inverse of omega by a. This is the idea. And I can draw any plot, any magnitude plot mod of x of omega with respect to frequency is known as magnitude spectrum. Any plot in frequency domain is known as spectrum. And any plot with respect to phase plot with respect to omega is known as phase spectrum. Now, what I can say, we can draw this. Let's take this is omega and this is and what is function? You know that x of omega equal to 1 divided by a square plus omega square. So what is value at omega equal to 0? The value of omega equal to 0 is equivalent to 1 by a. And what after that? After that, amplitude will reduce, because you select if omega equal to 1, the value will be 1 a square plus 1. This value is, of course, you are increasing the denominator, so value will be less. And you can say the output will be this. As you increase the value of omega, the output will reduce. Or what I can say, what if omega equal to -1? So you can say if omega equal to -1 radian per second, you know, all Fourier domain expressions are symmetrical. So you will find any kind of symmetry there. So this is again a square plus 1. So you can say the output will be, and this is what? Mod of x of omega. This is magnitude spectrum. We can draw its phase spectrum also. So how can we define its phase spectrum? How we can define the phase spectrum? The phase spectrum is given like this. Let's say this is omega and this is angle of x of omega. So this is 90°. This is 180°. This is -90°. This is -180°. And what is angle? You know that angle is minus tan inverse of omega by a. So if when omega approaching to infinite, when omega is approaching to infinite, what I can say, the angle is, you know, that's why ये scale को break किया है. It's infinite. When omega equal to infinite, it's a minus infinite. So let me remove this. This is minus infinite. It's a minus infinite. It's a -90°. So you can say it's a -90°. Okay. Positive frequency पे, if you select negative frequency, yeah, what I can say, it's a +90° for the this kind of frequency. And in between you can have a freehand curve. This response is known as phase response of, this is phase spectrum. Let's write one more question. And what it says that find the Fourier transform of this function. E to the power at u of minus t for a greater than 0 है ना. So I am giving you 5 minutes. Calculate Fourier transform of this function. So how we can solve this question? I can say the value of function at t equal to 0 is equivalent to 1, and it's e to the power at u of minus t. And what I can say, this curve is also convergent. Its area under the curve is finite. That's why we can find the Fourier transform of this function. So you can write x of omega for this function is given by minus infinity to 0. it's a e to the power at into e to the power minus iota omega t into dt. You can say it's a minus infinite to 0. If I take t as a common, it's a minus iota omega into dt. So this can be written as 1 divided by a minus iota omega, and remaining function is e to the power 0 minus e to the power minus infinity. So what I can say, x of omega is equivalent to 1 minus iota omega. And what is phase of this? The phase of this function is phase and magnitude. So you can say magnitude of this function is equivalent to one divided by under root of a square plus omega square, and angle of this is equivalent to minus 10 inverse of minus omega by a. So we can draw this, for different value of omega, we can draw this curve. So, and the Fourier transform is unique one-to-one mapping. It follows one-to-one mapping. So for every unique xt, you have unique x of omega. Keep the given thing in mind. For no two functions you can have a single Fourier series. दो functions के लिए आपको एक Fourier transform नहीं मिल सकता है ना, अलग अलग मिलेंगे दोनों के लिए. This is unique mapping. So this is one-to-one mapping. What I can say, this is one-to-one mapping. The Fourier transform is one-to-one mapping. Now, can I have the Fourier transform for third function? Let's say this is x3t, and x3t is given by e to the power minus a mod of t. What is Fourier? And of course, a is greater than 0. So can we find the Fourier transform of this function? Let's draw this function. ये किसी point पे infinite तो नहीं होता, हम देख लेते हैं कि ये divergent है या नहीं. So you can say at t equal to 0, what is the value of this function? At t equal to 0, it's 1. Beyond it's a finite. किसी भी point पे infinite नहीं होता. You can find the Fourier transform, and if you can find the Fourier transform, so let's find. Here we will use the linearity property of Fourier transform. What we will use? The linearity property of Fourier transform. And what it says that suppose x1 of t having Fourier transform x1 of omega, x2 of t having Fourier transform x2 of omega, then what is linearity? which follows the superposition. So I can say a times of x1t, where a and b are not 0, plus b times of x2t have Fourier transform a times of x1 omega plus b times of x2 omega. This means linearity property of Fourier transform. This arrow represents the Fourier transform. This arrow represents the Fourier transform. This property is known as linearity property of Fourier transform. So what I can say, let's talk about can I say x3t can be written as okay. I can say x3t can be written as e to the power minus a mod of e. You can write this function as e to the power minus at into u of t plus it's e to the power at u of minus t. And for these two function, I know the Fourier transform. So can I say the Fourier transform of this function, the Fourier transform of e to the power minus a mod of t can be represented as the Fourier transform of e to the power minus at into u of t plus Fourier transform of e to the power at into u of minus t. And can I say the Fourier transform of this function is a divided by a plus iota omega plus Fourier transform of this function is, so what I should say, you cannot have a, so 1 divided by, so this is 1, this is 1 a minus iota omega. This is Fourier transform, or you can say this is x of omega. What you say? That x of omega can be written as 2a divided by a square plus omega square. So it satisfies the linearity property. There is no harm in applying linearity in let's take the Fourier transform of this function. What I can say, I am interested in Fourier transform of a constant a, है ना? A is a constant. So what you can say, A looks like this. Irrespective of time, it's a 1. It's a 1. So problem is that its limit is not defined. So we will go by some analytical method to find its Fourier transform. Let's see how. We will calculate the inverse Fourier transform of, we will calculate the inverse Fourier transform of del ओमेगा, a del ओमेगा का इनवर्स फूरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म कैलकुलेट करेंगे. सो हाउ आई कैन डिफाइन द इनवर्स फूरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म of a del of omega is given by 1 over 2 pi integral omega equal to minus infinity to omega equal to infinity. It's a del of omega into e to the power iota omega t into t of omega. This is the thing. You know that property of impulse, property of impulse क्या बोलती है? The property of impulse is this: x of t into del of t is equivalent to x of 0 into del of t. Keep this thing in mind. So what I can say? I can say that inverse I can say that I can say that inverse Fourier transform of a del of omega is equivalent to 1 by 2 pi integral of omega equal to minus infinity to omega equal to infinity. When you put omega equal to 0, it's only a del of omega into d of omega. So I can say the inverse Fourier transform for a del of omega is a by 2 pi. और you can say इस इनवर्स को अगर मैं यहां लेके आता हूं, let's say bring this inverse here, then you can say Fourier transform of a by 2 pi is equivalent to a del of omega. So I can say Fourier transform of a constant a is, because it's linear, you can multiply 2 pi both sides. So this is 2 pi a into del omega. Yeah, or you can say Fourier transform of 1 is given by equal to 2 pi del omega, and this is the answer. Now, so what is Fourier transform of 1? I can say the Fourier transform of 1 is 2 pi del omega. And if you want to write in the omega domain, then what is Fourier transform of 1? It's a del f. This is the important result. This is also one important result. Now let's calculate the Fourier transform of del t. What is the Fourier transform? Del omega का inverse Fourier transform निकाला. Let's find the Fourier transform of del t. So what I can say, and you can say it is minus infinite to infinite del t into e to the power minus iota omega t into dt. And what you can say, this integral is defined at only at t equal to 0. So remaining function is minus infinite to infinite del t into dt, which is equivalent to 1. So you can say Fourier transform of del t is always equivalent to 1. Next, let's start with some properties of Fourier transform. Let's calculate the Fourier transform of some more functions. Let's say I am interested in Fourier transform of rect of t. Rect of, what is Fourier transform of this function? Rect of t by t कर लेते हैं. You can say I am interested in the x of t is equivalent to a rect of t by t. What is Fourier transform of this function? So can I say the Fourier transform of this function is we can draw this function. We can draw this function. We can draw rect of t by t. This is t by 2 this is minus t by 2 and this is a. Suppose I want to draw the Fourier transform of this function. ये जो भी width होगी, area is this width into t. तो amplitude a है तो इसका width कितना हो जाएगा? The width of this function is t, है ना? ये आप ध्यान रखें. This is very important point. कुछ लोगों को confusion होता है इसमें भी, but you have to remember this. This is ये जो यहाँ जितना भी लिखा है उस width को क्या कर दो आप? दो पार्ट में डिवाइड कर दो, हाफ एंड हाफ कर दो, तो यू विल गेट आंसर. So how we can find the Fourier transform of this function? X of omega, you can write x of omega equal to minus t by 2 to t by 2 a into e to the power minus iota omega t into dt. What I can say, x of omega is a is common, divided by minus iota omega, and this is e to the power minus j omega t by 2 minus e to the power j omega t by 2. This is the idea. Or you can say x of omega is given by a by minus iota omega. This is, if I compensate this minus, the function inside will be e to the power j omega t by 2 minus e to the power minus j omega t by 2 divided by what I need? 2 iota. So this is 2 iota. So 2 is not here. So multiplying 2 and iota is consumed by this. So I am removing this. This can be a new equation. Now you can say x of omega is 2a by omega. This is sine of omega t divided by 2. Or you can say this is, you can write this function as x of omega equal to 2a multiplied by sine of omega t divided by 2 divided by omega 2, है ना? ये जो न्यूमरेटर में 2 है इसको यहां से हटा दिया, and multiplying it by what? Multiplying it by t. So this is t, and you know that this is what? You know that sine of sinc of x कितना होता है? Sine pi x divided by pi x. So I can write this as a x of omega is a into t साइन ऑफ, क्या नहीं है, पाई नहीं है, तो पाई का मल्टीप्लाई कर दें, पाई का डिवाइड कर दें, कितना हो जाएगा, दिस इज पाई, ओके, पाई तो मल्टीप्लाई करना है, सो यू कैन से you can write x of omega, you can write x of omega equal to a into t sine of pi omega t divided by 2 pi whole divided by pi omega t divided by pi. What I can say, this number, you can take pi outside, so you can say this is equivalent to, this is equivalent to a into t sine of sinc of omega t by 2 pi, and this result you can remember. So Fourier transform of x of omega is, or I should say Fourier transform of a rect of t by t is having Fourier transform of a into t sinc of omega t by 2 pi. This is the idea. So if somebody asks you what is the Fourier transform of rect of t, so what is my result for this? In this case, a is equivalent to 1 and t is equivalent to 1. So this is a into t product is 1. So I can say this is sine sinc of omega divided by 2 pi. Or you can say omega divided by 2 pi. This is the idea. Now, how to draw a spectrum of this function? So, how to draw a spectrum of this function? What I can say, the x of omega is given by x of omega is given by a into t sine of omega t by 2 divided by omega t by 2. इसी का स्पेक्ट्रम ड्रॉ करना है, तो लेट्स ड्रॉ स्पेक्ट्रम ऑफ दिस. Can I say the spectrum of this is given by, let's say, here I am drawing x of omega. This is x of omega and this is omega. So what I can say, the numerator of this function, this is point where omega equal to 0, and we know that when omega equal to 0, we can say omega into t divided by 2 is also approaching to 0. So what I can say, when sine theta is equivalent to 0, when theta is approaching to 0, sine theta is equivalent to theta. So theta is what? Omega t by 2, omega t by 2 cancel. So what is highest value of this function? The highest value of this function is what? It's a into t. Now, numerator will oscillate between -1 to +1. न्यूमरेटर में कैसा वेवफॉर्म है आपके पास? इन न्यूमरेटर यू आर हैविंग साइनोसॉइडल वेवफॉर्म, एंड इन साइनोसॉइडल वेवफॉर्म what we can say, in sinusoidal waveform it oscillates between -1 and +1, and denominator, I can say denominator is what? A linear function of omega. So this is this is function of omega, and function of omega equal to k into omega, which increases. This is the equation of a straight line. So as you increase the value of omega, its amplitude will reduce. So what I can say, it follows the behavior of sine, but as time increases, its value reduces. And for negative direction also, because this function is even, we know that even divided by even function is equivalent, sorry, both functions are odd. So what I can say, sine of theta is odd and omega is odd. So odd divided by odd is equivalent to what? Even. So you can say you will get this waveform here also. Yeah. And this is what? This function, x of omega. Now these points are very important. How we can define these points? Zero crossing points. These points are known as zero crossing points. So we can say these points are the points where this function, you can make this function infinite when omega equal to infinite. Omega equal to infinite पे तो zero बन ही जाएगा. मतलब कोई function zero कब बनेगा? When amplitude is finite and denominator is infinite. Numerator is finite, denominator is infinite. This will gives you infinite. But one more thing, the sine of omega t by 2 is periodic. Whenever this function is having value, pi, 2 pi, because sine pi, 2 pi, all these values are zero. So you can say whenever omega t by 2, this value is pi or 2 pi and so on, or minus pi, minus 2 pi and so on. N pi hua, the output will be what? The output will be 0. And what you can say, that what is value of omega in this case? We can say the value of omega for this case is equivalent to the value of omega for this case value of omega for this case is 2 pi by t. So I can say this point having coordinate 2 pi by t. This point is having coordinate 4 pi by t. This point is having coordinate minus 2 pi by t. This point is having coordinate minus 4 pi by t. So this is the idea for this question. So this is Fourier transform of this function, Fourier transform of a rect of t by t. है ना? फिर से देखें इसको एक बार कि how to find the Fourier transform of which function. We have taken the Fourier transform of function हेलो है। बोलना ऐसा है कि उसने लेने नहीं दिया। हम्म। हाँ हाँ हाँ। क्या बोला तूने? हम्म हम्म। चल ठीक है, बाय। Okay, so this is a function, and we are interested in Fourier transform of this function. This function is what? A Gaussian function. The Fourier transform of Gaussian function. So what I can say, I can write the x of omega is how Gaussian function looks like in time domain. You can say this function looks like this. At t equal to 0, its value is 1. After that, This is the Gaussian function. This is Gaussian pulse. And this is the value of t. So how to find Fourier transform of this function? Let's calculate. The Fourier transform of this function is x of omega is equivalent to minus infinity to infinity x of t, which is e to the power minus a t square, into e to the power minus of iota omega t into dt. ऐसा कुछ है. Now we can write x of omega is equivalent to minus infinity to infinity. It's e to the power minus a common, then it is t square plus j omega a divided by t into d of t. Now what I can say, I can make this into the perfect square because I want to use this property. And what is property? Property is minus infinity to, the property is minus infinity to infinity e to the power minus x square into dx is equivalent to 1. The area under the curve of a Gaussian function is equivalent to this is equivalent to under root of pi, है ना. This is important point, ये आपको याद रखना है ना, यूज होगा बाकी भी जगह. So can I make this is a perfect square? बना सकते हैं. It's a t square plus j omega. Okay, you have take omega is a common, so this is a, and this is t, and this is a. So can I say this is j omega t, j omega t by a. So half the middle term, square it and add and subtract it. So I can say this is j omega by 2a whole square को आप add कर दें minus j omega by 2a whole square को आप subtract कर दें. Fine. So you can say this equation will be this term is known as, this is t plus j omega by 2a whole square, and this is plus j square is minus 1, so plus 1. This is omega square divided by 4a. This is the idea. Now what I can say, just replace that integral. कितना था? We are having x of omega equal to minus infinity to infinity e to the power minus a, what is inside, t plus j omega by 2a whole square, and plus this is for omega square divided by 4a square into dt. Now what I can say, I can say we can say x of omega equal to minus infinity to infinity e to the power minus a t plus iota omega by 2a whole square into e to the power minus omega square by 4a into dt. So what I can say, if I am integrating with respect to t, minus omega square by 4 is common. So you can say x of omega equal to e to the power minus of omega square divided by 4a is common, and remaining term is minus infinite to infinite e to the power minus a t plus iota omega divided by 2a whole square into dt. Now I can calculate this integral. Can I say under root of, can I say under root of a into t plus iota omega divided by 2a is equivalent to, I am taking this as a x. So can I say the value of under root of under root of a into dt is equivalent to dx, and when t is approaching to minus infinity, x is also approaching to minus infinity because these are proportional, and when t is approaching to plus infinity, x is also approaching to plus infinity. So what I can say, x of omega can be written as e to the power minus omega square divided by 4a integration x equal to minus infinity to x equal to infinity. It's e to the power minus of x square into dx divided by under root of a. And we know that this integral, which integral? This integral will become under root of pi. This is property of Gaussian function, that what its property says, that minus infinite to infinite e to the power minus x square into dx is equivalent to what? Under root of pi. So what will be the answer? Under root of pi by a into e to the power minus of omega square by 4a. और how I can write this function? ये बहुत frequent पूछे जाने वाला question है, and what I can write now कि let's say x of e to the power minus a t square. Of course, a is greater than 0. If you select a is less than 0, this will be divergent function, not possible. Under root of pi by a into e to the power minus 4 square pi square f square divided by 4a. This 4 and 4 cancel. So it is minus pi square f square divided by a. And if you take e to the power a equal to pi, so what is Fourier transform of e to the power minus pi t square? You can say it's a Fourier transform is under root of pi by pi and it's a e to the power minus pi square f square divided by pi. So you can say this is equivalent to e to the power minus pi f square. And this is very popular expression, e to the power minus pi t square having, है ना, e to the power, what you can remember, Gaussian function e to the power minus pi t square having Fourier transform e to the power minus pi f square. So it's a Gaussian in time domain, Gaussian in time, and this is Gaussian in frequency. Gaussian in time, and this is Gaussian in frequency. So this is explanation of what is Fourier transform of a Gaussian function. So you can say the Fourier transform of a Gaussian function is given by this procedure. Only one important point from a Gaussian function is this. There are some function which tells you the calculation of a Gaussian function. These functions are known as, you can write, these functions are known as if this is my Gaussian function, okay, this point represents a Gaussian function if okay, this is Gaussian function, then the area under the curve of a Gaussian function is represented by error function. If this point is x, then it's under root of 2 by pi it's a 2 by under root of pi x to infinity e to the power minus of x square into dx. This function is known as error function, and its table is available. And one more function is known as, this is complementary error function. Error function is given by ERF of u. तो 0 से u तक x का एरिया कितना बोलेंगे? It's a 2 by under root of pi 0 to x e to the power minus x square into dx. These are two types of function जो कि क्या बताते हैं? Gaussian function का एरिया बताते हैं. So these are the property of Gaussian function is what? The property of Gaussian function is this: ERFC of x plus ERF u is equivalent to 2 by under root of pi. This is 0 to infinity e to the power minus x square into dx. We know that Gaussian function is even function, so you can write this sum as 1. So you can say error function plus complementary error function is equivalent to 1, and this is 1 divided by under root of pi e to the power minus infinity to infinity e to the power minus x square into dx. So यहां से मैंने वो रिजल्ट लिखा था कि how you can take e to the power minus of x square So this function is what? Gaussian function. This is the property of Gaussian function. So I think this is done for the day. मिलते हैं कल, आगे करते हैं start.